Hey, how's it going, y'all? This is Chaz from Classic Komodo, and this is Addressing the Issue, a series where I kind of go over the good, the bad, and the ugly, but this time we're talking about Titanfall. And I wanted to start right off the bat by saying that there's a lot of things that people are kind of griping about. One, it's the beta. Things are subject to change. But that getting off my chest, let's go into the things that if things are the same when going into the game, what is good, what is bad? So let's start off with the good. The good thing is the fact that the netcode, the tick rate, everything about this game is very, very smooth. Now, there were some issues during the beta gameplay that I found that there was some lag at times, and there were some frame rate drops. A lot of times I had frame rate drops, and that was because there was about, 10 or so Titans on the field while a bunch of infantry are running around. So the frame rate did drop significantly during those times. But for the most part, at all other times, I was finding that during gunfights, everything was running smoothly. I wasn't getting killed around corners as much as I'm used to in other games. And for the most part, everything was really, really smooth. The gunplay is very fun. Everything's very fast-paced. More so, I would believe, more so fast-paced than Call of Duty or any other first-person shooter that you want to associate this game with. The other good thing about this game is that it's just fun. It's a very fun, laid-back game. It's not very competitive in a sense of esports or anything like that. But for the most part, it's a very fun game to kind of sit back, relax, and chill with your friends. You could almost put on some music if you're playing alone, because for the most part you're not relying on hearing as much in this game so far. But that's all the good. It's a very fun, enjoyable game so far in the beta. Let's talk about the bad. What's going on with the bad? There's a lot of fuss going around about a couple of certain issues. Let's get one specific one out of the way that everybody's on the rage about, and that is the smart pistol. The smart pistol automatically locks onto designated targets, and the way it does this is that on grunts, it automatically does a lock on its head or the character's head, and it does an instant kill to grunts. The specters, it takes 2 automatic locks in order to take out a specter, and for humans it takes 3. Well, or 3 or 4, I believe. I'm sorry if I didn't get that right. But for the most part, everybody's kind of up in arms because of the fact that it's an auto-targeting weapon, and it's an auto-aim weapon. And I agree in a sense that, okay, it's had a bit noobish to use this weapon, but in a sense, it's more of a novelty item. When using this gun in-game, it is not as overpowered as everybody is making it out to be. In fact, I find that this gun is a hindrance when using this weapon. Mainly because in every scenario, when I was trying to use this weapon, I would find that any other weapon would have sufficed in that engagement. So it takes so long to lock on to a enemy pilot that by the time you fully acquire all 3 lock-ons onto an enemy pilot, that pilot should have killed you. So for the most part, this thing is really good used for is flanking and stuff like that. One can argue the fact that, oh, well, you could just kind of shoot this pistol manually, which is true. But the other pistols are almost just as strong as this pistol when shooting manually as a semi-automatic. So, what are the pros of this weapon? Well, the pros are the fact that if you sneak up behind somebody, you get the lock on and it's an instant kill. They don't have a time to turn around on you or something like that. And also the pros are the fact that, you can also free fire with this weapon. It instantly takes out grunts, which is great, and it's all around a pretty useful weapon. What are the negatives on this thing? Well, it takes a long time to acquire on a pilot, and for the most part in this game, fast reaction time and being very mobile is very important in this game. Movement is key. Movement is life in this game. And when you're having a weapon that you have to slow down for, yeah, when you see in montages that, a bunch of people have been putting up videos. Jack Frags put up a video of him using the smart pistol and going a flawless round. But I feel like any other gun he would have used in that scenario would have sufficed. And probably actually would have bettered him because he had to get up close and personal with that weapon. Otherwise, he, would have lost the gunfight at medium to long range. Now, some people are saying that the range is too great on this weapon. I can agree with you there. There are some things I could agree with on the fact that we're addressing this issue and the fact that the smart pistol is a little bit unsettling in certain aspects. But for the most part, as a whole, it is not too overpowered. You would be seeing everybody online using this weapon. The weapon I've been finding that is too good is the carbine that everybody's using. That is an all-around awesome weapon. I've been using it. There's no reason to use another weapon. So that's kind of proof right there that it's not overpowered. But the things that are a little bit unsettling about this weapon is the fact that its range is very, very large, especially with one of the attachments that you could have, and it extends the range. You could go a good 20 meters or so, and it starts auto-aiming. So I think the range needs to be reduced. Also, you could be cloaked, and this weapon will auto-target while you are cloaked. A lot of people don't like that as well. Level Cap kind of mentioned this on the fact that the auto-targeting while cloaked is a bit noobish, and I can agree to an extent. But the thing is, if they reduce the range, I find that cloaking and using this would be a valid tactic. And I'm not validating the fact that this thing is a auto-targeting. You know, I'm never gonna use it except for when using it on this video. I mean, you know, just talking about it in this video and using it as a novelty item, but for the most part, it's not overpowered. So everybody needs to kind of cool their jets on that one. Next up, the thing I kind of want to address, and not that many people are talking about it, is attrition points and hardpoint allocation. So when talking about it, let's start on attrition points. Attrition point is awarded to anybody that's getting a kill on a grunt, a specter, or a person, as well as a Titan. I'm sorry. So those 4 things. You get points. It's like a team deathmatch, but you're getting points awarded for certain things. So if you get a kill on a Titan, that's 5 allocation points. If you get attrition points, I don't know why I'm saying allocation points. Attrition points, 5 attrition points. If you get a kill on a person, it's 4. Specters are 2 and grunts are 1, if I'm not mistaken. Also, there's multipliers, so if you get a couple of kills on grunts in multiple succession, you could get a multiplier on that. So I don't the attrition points are okay. The idea of, okay, killing grunts only gives you 1 point and stuff like that is fine. And one guy could just farm grunts all day and get 30 grunt kills and 30 points for his team, and somebody else can get, you know, a couple of Titan kills and do the same thing. Well, the thing I don't like about this system is the fact that assists do not count for any attrition points. So it's balanced in a sense so that no 2 people are getting the same amount of attrition points, because that'd be kind of unbalanced if 2 people were attacking 1 infantry and that infantry both gave out to 2 people 4 attrition points with a total of 8. So one person is, in sense, 8 points instead of 4. That would be imbalanced. But I don't like how if one person is getting many assists, at the end of the game, during the leaderboards, they're not recognized. So one person could get 50 assists, but at the end of the game, have 0 points, because you do not get points for assist. And it's a little bit discouraging when fighting, especially when going against Titans. Titans are the big thing, because Titans, when you're fighting against them, you're putting a lot of bullets into them, you're trying your hardest. It usually takes a minute or so, or a couple of minutes, just to down them. But then all it takes is one person to jump in and steal that last shot, and they get all the points. And it feels like you did that whole thing. Yeah, you know, you're helping out your team, and if you're a team player, awesome, you know, that's cool. But I would like to see those team players get something out of it. So my kind of address to that would be allocate the same amount of points, but different. If it's shared, disperse them evenly. So let's say one person did 80% of the damage on a Titan, that person would get 4 out of the 5 points, and the other person that did 20 got 1 point. And if 2 people were fighting over that 20%, whichever one did the most damage gets the point, and the other one gets the assist. That way, for the most part, everybody is winning in that scenario. One person did barely anything, but still got a point out of it for helping out, and the main person that did the most work got the majority of the points. He didn't get all the points, but that's because he didn't do all the work. So I feel that that's fair. If you're assaulting another infantry, it goes the same way. If you do 75% of the work and then the other person only does 1 or 2 shots off on him to finish him off, he should get a lot of experience, but then as well get, you know, only one point or 2 points. So that's my address to that. Next up is hardpoint. Hardpoint is, well, I don't know if it's called hardpoint, but basically it's it's hardpoint. It's the domination one where it's A, B, and C flag, and you have to cap those points. Well, I don't like this game type because it encourages, you know, the objective, playing the objective, which is fine. I love games that encourage playing the objective. But in this game mode, if you're not playing the objective, if you're just out in the open, you know, helping out, maybe you're fighting a Titan in the distance so that it doesn't come onto a flag, you get zilch, nothing, nada. You may get a little bit of points for killing out pilots and stuff like that, but you're not getting any attack or defense points. And that's what shows up in the end scoreboard. So one person could sit on a flag the entire time or just constantly cap flags, get 0 kills, and be on top of the leaderboards in front of somebody that had 20 pilot kills, 10 Titan kills, and stop the enemy forces from coming in. So there needs to be a system in play that encourages players to help defend the bases without being on the bases. And I don't want to encourage just another team death style match, but I do want to give some recognition to the people that are holding off the front lines, for the people that are sitting on the flags helping defend and stuff like that. Because the way it is now, the allocation system, that I know I've been saying that a lot, but the way that they're giving out points and all is a little bit inaccurate as to what people are really doing. And I know the counter argument is the fact that, well, they're doing their job. That's the point of the game mode, is to sit on the flag and to get points. Yes, I understand that. But those people are helping you out. The people that are on the burns, on the flags, are being helped out by the people that are going out and being slayers. That's why when you see in competitive matches on esports, we'll use Call of Duty for instance. If you see competitive players, there's always going to be a slayer in the match. Now, he doesn't get the points for being on the flags. You know, he doesn't get the BC, and he gets more deaths. He gets the problem of having more deaths, but he's the slayer. So his job is to hold those forces back so your team can cap those flags securely. And I think those players need to be rewarded. So that's my little rant on some of the problems that need to be addressed. I don't know how to really fix the hardpoint except for giving more points, or giving some points, to the people that are holding off the players on hardpoint. But that's about it for the most part. This beta has been a blast, and I've been having so much fun with it that I've been playing this non-stop, and that's why I wanted to do this week very dedicated to the Titanfall beta. I will be returning to Battlefield soon, so if you're looking forward to more Battlefield videos, don't look too far away because they're coming next week. But thanks again, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this addressing the issue, and as always, stay classy.